Okay. Welcome, Hawa. Good to see you, all of you. And I would just, discuss about what brings us today to talk about take charge of your money. Isn't it? It's very easy, right? We all know how to take charge of money. So, sometimes this, statement itself says, uh, money के बारे में क्या बात करना है? Money is important and we all know how to take charge. So, first of all, as a life coach, I would like to share my gratitude to Meera today that she has given me the opportunity to be here today and talk about on this topic. And the context which I would like to set in today is what brings me as a life coach to talk about the part, which is actually not at all my expertise. Okay. So being my coaching experience with various women, what I have noticed one thing, and some of you may agree with me here, is that we love to take the back seat whenever there is a concern of finances, right? Whenever we want to, whenever there are things which we want to manage as finances, we always want to take the back seat. I would again say it's not with everybody, but most of us. And there has been certain incidents and there has been certain instances which I have really seen in my past during my coaching with women clients where they have been really struggling hard to find their own money. The money belongs to them, but they don't know where the money is. So today's session is actually that we are not telling how to create finances, how to create money. We are just going to talk about how can you take care of your money. The money is there. The assets that you have, are you even aware of it? And if yes, then in what format? Where is that lying? So our today's discussion is for finance as well as for non-finance people. It's not necessary that if you belong to if you have a financial background, then also this program is very, very important for you. And if you stay with me till the end, I have fantastic gift to give it to you. Okay. And this gift is an annual financial planner. You may use it quarterly also, but yes, definitely minimum that you have to use is annual. So this is a gift from Meera and Kavita's side to you. And I strongly feel when I saw that planner, it was actually a bulb on moment for me, right? There were so many things which even I am not aware of. And I would like to share this entire information with you with the help of Meera, bringing into you so that you can see what exactly your situation is related to your money. And I am very glad to see here Manoj and Raghavendra. And I would like you to message us in case if you have any questions. So a lot of males are also participating. One thing that I want to tell you here is that in families, what I have seen is, there can be a mutual collaboration, right? Where we see that, husband is taking part of finances and women is taking part of, taking care of the entire family thing. It is okay. I'm not saying that this arrangement is not good. This arrangement is fantastically very well. So there has been some incidents where women are taking a major role in finances and males are taking a backseat. That is also absolutely okay and fine. The point that we are going to make today is that are we even aware of? It's not only taking a back seat or sitting behind and being passive about your own money. It's very important to take an active role. Maybe that you are not able to implement it, but being aware of all those things is very important. So thus I would like to invite Meera Ranganathan, who is a professional with 3 decades of experience in capital markets. She has handled large teams and been responsible for driving business, product development, new initiatives, ESG, and she has also headed on NBFC. She has been instrumental in setting up and has acted as director in a company based city in Gujarat. Welcome, Meera, and I'm very, very eager and I'm very sure our people are also very eagerly waiting for us to know. So tell us are
Thank you
you
so
going
much.
to?
Thank you so much for the kind introduction also. And like you said, it's nice to see so many people have joined in and that too really promptly on time.
Yeah.
And yeah, uh, I actually want to tell what made me actually want to do this. Uh, why? What made me select this topic in the first place? Why I wanted to speak? Because what we are talking today is not something that is meant for financial experts or anything. But yeah, if they know about it, experts will find it probably easier to gel with it because they already know about it. It's their background. However, in my experience, when I have been talking to my friends and relatives and people who are not of the financial background, I have found that they are very intelligent, they are very highly educated, they are earning very well, and they are experts in their field. But when it comes to finance and managing their finances, sometimes some very basic things are missing. So I mean, we feel that, oh my God, they are not able to have this one, remember, realize this. So then it is normal. Probably if the same thing for another field, we will be like that. So then it is not something that comes automatically to them, something which we realize automatically. So therefore, I wanted to have a session where I don't think many people speak about what are the basics. So then we need to tell the basic because it is something that everybody needs to know. So that is one of the major driving factors for me wanting to do this. And another thing, like you said earlier, was that there are many women who don't normally take an active interest in the financial, in their financial independence. So what I mean, they are earning well. They are supposedly financially independent, but are they really financially independent? They would be if they are also taking active charge of their finances. That is something which we would like. And there's one statistic which is very disturbing, and that is that today there is an amount of rupees 35,000 crores of deposits which are unclaimed in the country. Means what? Do you understand the meaning of that? It means that there were people who have earned sufficiently, who have saved, who have put in their money, hard-earned money, and opened fixed deposits or deposits. So, but when they are when it comes to maturity and it has to be withdrawn, they are not available. They are not there. And if they are not there and their relatives do not know about it, this the amount of 35,000 crores is in limbo. It is the same thing like the suspense accounts which are held for dividend, etc. So the amount is very large. It's an economy by itself. Why did this happen? If the person who knew to invest should have known how to withdraw it and how to give it to the family. But apparently that has not happened. There has been some gap somewhere. And we are seeking that this to address this and to see that how we can avoid this gap and everybody in the family can be on the same page. So that is what we are trying to see.
Great,
So
great, great, Meera. And I was, when you were saying this, I'm just reminded of one incident. Okay, one of my women client who was a very, very active, I would say earner of the family when she got married. But as usual, when she expanded her family, she gave up her career and she was purely, totally at home. And her husband also told ki there is no, what will you do? I am earning well. You better take care of family. And 15 years passed. Okay, the women actually became totally passive in terms of that, taking care of family and taking those basic needs. And one day while having lunch, her husband collapsed within a couple of seconds. She hardly could even gather what happened, and she realized that he is no more. And this had been such a traumatic situation for him. Number one, that she lost her husband, and second thing what she faced was that she could not get her own money. Her husband was having everything, a bungalow, lot of gold, lot of money, FDs, mutual funds. But the challenge was that this information was not passed to her. This was only left with him only. And very soon, her in-laws also said that you cannot stay in this house. She was thrown out. She was thrown out. I'm actually getting goosebumps when I'm sharing this story. And she fought in the court for 2.5 years to get her own money back so that she can take care of her own children. And since then, this is there in my mind that I would like to spread this awareness, being a life coach, that it's okay not to be active in while managing money, but it is absolutely not okay to be passive when it comes to your own money. Yes, Meera.
are you able to see the screen uh, which I'm sharing or?
No, it's not yet shared.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, what is the reason to attend it? This, and like you have also been saying, and I've been saying that one is take stock of your finances to understand where you are currently, and second is crisis does not knock before entering. We need to be prepared priorly, and need to know how to be prepared. It is one thing to have. Suppose I have 10 bungalows with me. During a time of crisis, none of the 10 bungalows are going to come and help me. So we need to be aware what will help me and what will not. So this is one big reason why you need to why this program has been happening. And money matters. I know that many people have this that does money matter, and money does not buy happiness. There's a lot of tattva gyan which is there. Money does not buy happiness, and sort of trying to make people feel guilty that they want money. There is nothing to feel guilty about because money is a good servant but a bad master. What is the meaning? That if you have adequate amount of money and you are able to make the money work for you, it is good. You will be able to live your life comfortably. However, if you are dictated by money, that means I don't have money. If I want to go to the doctor and then I don't have money, it is dictating my life. I want to go and visit somebody, or I want to go and visit some place. If I don't have money, it will dictate. But if I have adequate money, I can dictate what I want to do in my life. So money is a good servant but a bad master, and having sufficient money is definitely freedom in your life. It is a good thing to have money and to manage it properly and to help it lead your life comfortably. Money helps to fulfill your desires and live a comfortable life. It may not buy happiness, but it allows you to do things that make you happy. So therefore, money matters. So with this introduction, we will start looking at where we are. Okay, like we said, when before we start doing some financial management, financial planning, and trying to increase our wealth, we need to know where we stand. So the first introduction is where we stand. What do we have currently, and do we know how to look at what we have? What are the various aspects that we need to look at? So some of the points that I have taken today are your assets, your investments. I mean, of course, assets in the sense of physical assets, investments, insurance policies, liabilities, your debt, your online presence, important documents, and emergency funds. These are the points that we will be trying to cover today, and we will be briefly looking at this. And if at any point of time you have any doubts or anything, you can please message, or if you feel I am going very fast, please comment so that I will slow down. So we first go with what are your assets. So do you own flats, land, gold, silver, car, two-wheeler? These are all your assets. Even nowadays, art. Art is also. Indians, by and large, love real estate. We find a lot of people who have lands, multiple flats, etc. It is very essential to understand. I am not debating here whether real estate is a good investment or bad investment. I am not here to judge today. And we will probably look at that, whether real estate, how good an investment it is, in a subsequent session. But today what we are trying to do is make you understand and make you look yourself at whether real estate, what it has done to you, to your investment. So do make a note first in whose name it was purchased, whether it's in a single name or joint name. Please understand that if it is in a single name, at a later point in time when that person is no more, then how you will get it in the name of other person? You will need either a will or you will need to have a succession certificate, which is a long drawn process and difficult process where you have to go to the court and get the requisite documents. So, and then where are the papers? Whether the papers, that is the property documents, where are they? Whether they are at home or in a bank locker, or if the house is on loan and mortgaged, then it might be with the bank. So we need to know where exactly the papers are, and is there a debt against the asset? If there is a debt against the asset, then please note what is the amount of debt you have taken, what is the EMIs that you have paid, and when you are taking cognizance of your house, you need to see what is the purchase price of the house, what is the current price, what have you been your expenses on the house in terms of interest paid on the loan, what is the cost of maintenance, repairs, etc., and the tax that you have paid on it. So you will get a fair idea of how to evaluate your house. So these are some of the important things that you need to look at. Do you have adequate insurance for the house? Uh, Insurance could be for the house itself or the loan, because if you have taken a loan, whether we want to leave, if we have taken a loan and if I have bought a house, if something happens to me, I do not want to leave behind a liability, I want to leave behind a house. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Because if I have taken a loan and if I pass away, then the house will be taken over by the loan provider and they will not have the house, or else they will have to pay the entire loan amount to get control of the house. So we need to avoid such type of issues. And what are the income that you're getting from rentals? If you have all these details, you will be able to fairly evaluate your house and have a fair idea of what is the status of your house or land or whatever it be. In terms of other assets like gold and silver and car, two-wheeler, etc., whether you have all the requisites and requisite documents in place, and whether your insurance policies are in place. Insurance policies could be something like a burglar policy or something like that for your house, which is also covering the valuables in your house. Of course, for the vehicles, you have the standard either third-party insurance or comprehensive insurance that you have to take. So that is separate. So this is about your assets, that is your physical assets. The next is your investments. Investments could be in terms of actual money in your bank account or your shares in your demat account or corporate bonds, etc., in your demat account. FDs and bonds in banks, etc. National pension scheme, if you have opted for a pension scheme through the national pension scheme, then your employee provident fund, which is taken care of by your company and which you also contribute and company contributes. Public provident fund is something which you open by yourself in a bank and you contribute annually. Superannuation funds are again for your once you superannuate or you retire, this will come useful for you as an annuity. It will be paid to you as an annuity. In here, what is required to see is again in whose name are the accounts. Is it in single name or joint name? Always try to have everything in joint name as far as possible, because single names are difficult afterwards. When I say afterwards, I hope you understand. After that person, it is more difficult to get it in other person's name. Joint accounts are easier to handle. Are nominations in order? Check every account of yours and see that you have a valid nomination in place. Very often you find that you would have given a nomination, then they keep changing the rules of nomination and keep asking for fresh nominations again and again. Then they have to register the nomination and only then it is valid. Please ensure that all your nominations are in order. In case of physical documents, where are they? Are they accessible to the family members? Physical documents would be something like a checkbook or a DIS booklet. DIS booklet is in your demat account and checkbook is for your bank account. So are they available and are they easily accessible to your family and are they kept safely? Where they are not accessible to those whom they should not be accessible. Online accounts and their access codes. Now, why this is very important is uh, nowadays most of the accounts are handled in an online fashion. And we have also seen, in my experience, I have seen that whoever is managing the finances of the family, they are the ones who give their contact numbers and their contact email IDs. So they get all the information. The other people have absolutely no idea about anything what is happening in the account because it is being handled by a person. If, like Kavita gave that example, if something happens to that one person, the other people are left high and dry. They have absolutely no idea, and that will not do. So it is very essential that the people who need to have access to their account should understand and know how to access it, and also know how to read everything and how to understand what is there. It is not just enough to say that okay, this is the access, but how to sorry, how to access it and how to read it and how to understand it. That is very essential. And similarly, relationship manager details, important dates and schedules like when you are supposed to get the interest, etc. And cash statement means holding statements, basically One thing is to know about the names and nomination, and another thing is to know actually what is there in the bank account, what is there in the demat account, how much FD bonds, etc. are there, and NPS, etc. It is good to know. And this cash statement is consolidated account statement, which is sent for demat account, mutual funds, etc. And similarly, your bank account, everything. You should at least see and understand it, even if you are not actively managing it.
Yes, great job. So, Mira, I can really relate. And just a couple of hours before, I got very bad news today again that one of my very close friends' husband passed away. And her age must be around 55. And I was just thinking, because she is also a very person who is closed in the home, and her husband is a business person, right? So I would like you to also share something, in case if it is possible today, or maybe we can bring in other episodes, where the husband is running a business. Then what are the things that women should know? Or if women is running a business, then what are the things even a husband should know, irrespective of whether they are actively involved in that business? Because I know that she is totally into, as a housewife, and she has no idea about where the accounts are. So I don't know if you can cover up today, or maybe if in the coming up episodes, I would like you to add on those things as well.
Okay, I will take it up at the end of today's episode when
Sure.
we are talking about the financial planner. At that time, although I have not included it so far, I will tell what is to be included in that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So this covers your investments. See, I want to tell very clearly that we will be taking up all this in much more detail in the forthcoming sessions. Today, we are only trying to make you understand that you see where you are currently. Are you completely, are you are your accounts held in order, and are they easily accessible to everybody? Because we are seeing cases where what is there has to be available first. After that, we will see what we are going to earn in future and how we are going to grow our accounts and grow our bank balances is the next step. But what is already there needs to be useful to our family. And that is why we are telling that you have to keep all this in mind. We will be talking about NPS, EPF, PPF, DMAT, everything, retirement funds, everything we will be having separate sessions where we will go deep diving into that. So you don't need to worry. Today is only the introductory session where we are trying to make you understand what is already there with you. Insurance policies, life insurance. Again, we will also be having a subsequent session on insurance. How insurance is to be treated. Insurance is basically uh, insurance is basically something which is there to create your estate, and it is there to safeguard your estate. So we need to understand insurance in that correct perspective and not look at it as an investment or as a tax planning tool. Investment and tax planning automatically happen as a byproduct, but the purpose of insurance is to protect. It is to protect life. It is to protect your income. It is to protect, if suppose something happens to you and you're not able to earn, then insurance is supposed to step in. If you are not there, it steps in your place to at least to provide money to your family. And if something is lost due to burglary or floods or any act of God, then it is there to provide you compensation so that you are able to replace what you have lost. So this is the purpose of insurance policies. Now let me give you an example. Now mostly what happens is when the as the person grows older, there is more health. There are more health issues, and people going to hospital, etc. happens. So their children take care of them, and they take care of their finances, and they take care of when they are admitted to the hospital. Whatever insurance needs to be done, etc., is taken care of. The payments are taken care of, and everything. So then that's what happens to me. But suppose something happens to me, I have taken the insurance in my name. But suppose something happens to me, and I suppose I meet with an accident and I'm lying on the road and something happens, then and okay, they find me, they take me to the hospital, and if my family does not know what insurance I have taken, then No hospital takes anybody without a first upfront payment and whatever insurance has to happen. But if they do not have knowledge of where my insurance is and they have to go hunting all the papers or my phone and everything to see where what insurance is there, that's something very wrong. They need to have it easily accessible. My insurance policy number, the name of the company, etc. So that is the purpose of insurance. We are seeing cases where a person passes away suddenly. Nowadays, especially after COVID, young people are passing away from heart attack. He was in his early 50s when he just passed away. So at this point in time, we cannot imagine that it is something which is far away. We need to have our affairs in order and our papers in order, and everybody around who needs to know where it is and easily available. Not available, but easily available. Uh, Debt. If you think nobody cares that you are alive, try missing a couple of car payments. It might be funny, but it is not. Actually, it is not, because when you take a loan and when you are in debt, you could be in debt because you have taken a loan or because you have credit card or whatever it is. It has a very, very, very important and substantial impact on your finances. It depends on how you handle it. So initially, I want everybody to take stock of their uh, loans or decision. First, on your credit score, which gives loans, gives the information of the loans to the. There are some agencies which monitor your credit, and all the information goes on a regular basis to them, and based on which you are rated. Your future credit rating is dependent on your current behavior. And even other people who are looking at various to identify how good or bad you are or your finances are, look at your credit rating. So it's something very important which is available on public domain. So therefore it is something which you need to take care of, and you need to monitor your repayments. Do not forget your due dates and be aware of the terms of agreement with the loan provider. And one more thing which everybody needs to immediately go back and check is, when you have, suppose you have taken a housing loan, then when you would have probably taken a housing loan some years back, your rate of interest would have been around 6 or 7% or probably 8%. But if you know, in the last 1 year, the rates of interest have kept on moving up. Most of the loans are taken as a floating rate of interest. Now, if you have taken a floating rate of interest, normally, why people take floating rate? Because if you take floating rate, the rate might be 7.5. If you take fixed, it will be 8.5. So obviously, I would like to take a lesser rate of interest. So I go in for floating rate of interest. But in the last 1 year, the rates of interest have constantly been going up and up and up. So now, if you look at your current rate of interest that you are paying, it might be somewhere in the range of 10%. But they do not inform you on a regular basis. But if you have your online account, if you are able to monitor your account online, you can go and check what is your current rate of interest that you are paying. You will not know any difference because your EMI remains constant. So if you have taken a loan of 50 lakhs and your EMI is 50,000, you continue paying 50,000. Earlier you would have taken a loan for 20 years. Now the period would have become 24 years probably. Another thing that you need to study is, when you have taken a loan, what is the amount of loan that you have taken? Suppose you have taken a loan of 50 lakhs. What is the EMI that you have paid? Your EMI must have been around 50,000. So assuming you have paid an EMI of 50,000 for the last 4 years. So 50,000 for 1 year should be around 6 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. So if you have paid for 4 years, you would have paid 6 fours are 24 lakhs. Your loan was for 50 lakhs, you have paid 24 lakhs by EMI in 4 years. Now, what is your current outstanding? Go and see your outstanding. You might probably be at around 45 lakhs or 46, 47 lakhs or something like that. That would be your outstanding. So please go and check and see for yourself. As I said, we are going to have a separate episode session on how to handle your loans, where we will be going deep dive into it. But first, you please go and check your loans and see what is the current position of your loans, and what is the current position of your outstandings with the bank, and what is the rate of interest. Also, especially in case of credit card, please look at the terms that are there. Interest, not only for credit card, it is also for any loan that you have taken. What is the rate of interest? What is the penal interest, and what is penalty being charged, etc. What is the interest and rate? Penal interest, the interest that you are paying, what on your loan is the interest. Suppose you have delayed your payment of interest, instead of paying on the due date, you have paid it 1 month late, then they will charge you interest on the interest, which is the penal interest. But they will also charge you a penalty because you have missed your payment, and that's a penalty. So interest, penal interest, penalty. You need to look, and the rates of interest and the rates of penalty are pretty high. They would be anywhere 18%, 24%, whatever it is. Please go and look at your agreement and know what are the terms of your loan or credit, etc.
Yeah, definitely, Meera, and I can definitely understand. So, you're talking about so many things. And as being coming from a non-financial background, I very strongly feel the need of the hour. And thus, we have simplified these things. So, whatever Meera is talking about, we have created a wonderful financial planner. So, you don't have to, worry much that how and where and what information you need. We have put up everything very beautifully in one planner, and you can just go through it and sit with your partner and discuss it out, share it. And in case if you feel that there are certain more challenges, we will be sharing our email ID. You can write to Meera. She will love to reply to your queries. Sorry, Meera, I was actually feeling very overwhelmed when you were sharing so many things. I'm like, okay, because we have simplified all these things.
I understood. I am sorry that it was too much information together. But basically, I will again I will summarize what it is. First, you look at your the loan that you have taken. If you have taken a loan, please look at the amount of loan that you have taken, the payments that you have made, and the current outstanding. I'm only asking you to look at your loans, and I am asking you also to look at your agreement to understand what are the terms of agreement. That's all. These are the two things that you need to look at. If you are able to understand these two, then as I said, we will be having a separate session on how to manage your debt. If you are able to understand the status of your debt currently, it will be easier and it will not get overwhelming when we go for the separate session for how to manage your loans. But it is very important because, as I said, it has a very substantial impact on your financial health. So please pay utmost attention to your credit card as well as your loans, whether it be a housing loan or vehicle loan or personal loan or whichever loan it be.
So, Meera, could you help us to, show us the planner also so that we can share?
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, there are still a little more. One is your online presence. Now, when I look at your online presence, we are having, like I told you earlier, everything is online today. So all your accounts can be managed online. So are you able to access your online and or physical accounts? Please do not share your PIN number and password with other people. I will give you an example. I know it's very common, husband and wife share their email IDs, passwords and everything. I cannot say anything to that. But recently, I read in the news that a husband had taken his wife's card and withdrawn money from not withdrawn. He went to withdraw money from the bank. He swiped the card and the money got deducted from the account, but no money came out. When he went to the bank and complained, they said, "You are not the account holder. How can you use the card? We will not do anything for you." They lost the money in the account and they did not get the money, and the bank refused to do anything about it, and they could not fight it out with the bank because he was not authorized to use his wife's card. Okay, this also happens, although we think it is very common. And similarly, can you access your own accounts or statement of accounts? Normally, as I said earlier, we have seen in our experience that the person who is handling the finances of the house gives their phone number and email ID. Even as service providers, if we want to contact the customer directly, we find it very difficult because we can only reach that person who is handling the account. But if you look at it from the perspective of the account holder, if the account holder really wants to know, how difficult it is for them because their details are not there. Do they really have access even if they want to know, or are they totally dependent on that other person to give them the information? Online payments today, everything you have Amazon, you have Flipkart, you have Big Basket, and whatnot. Okay, these are the famous ones, but there are many. Everybody is doing business online. So you have to be very careful of the sites where you transact. There's something called HTTPS or HTTP. HTTPS means it is a secured site. So your data will be secured over there. Please take a look and please ensure that you are only clicking on validated sites. When you see there will be spurious sites which are trying to do phishing. Phishing means they are trying to take your information by trying to pretend that they are your bank or whatever. You get SMSs all the time that your account is being deactivated. Give us your PAN number, etc. Go there. But it comes from a number. It doesn't come from the bank. It comes from a number saying that your account is deactivated. A bank will never send its message by a number. They will always send with their name. The moment it comes from a number, you should know that it is fake. Please always have a doubt at the back of your mind. Don't click on anything, doubt everything. It is better to be safe than sorry. And one very important thing is nowadays people want to go and sell things on OLX, etc. I'm just taking an example. The moment you put your ad on OLX, and it's my personal experience, you will find people calling from some Jharkhand or UP or some place saying that, Madam, I got multiple calls. Okay, this is my own experience that I'm sharing. I got multiple calls. मैडम जी हम डिफेंस के आदमी हैं and this I got this was not OLX, this was from when I had to give a house on rent, that defense का है and I am getting transferred to this place and I want to take your house and I want to pay money, and what they will do is they will say that I am giving you the money, you give me your bank account details, I'll give you the money, OTP आएगा आपको, आप OTP दे दो मुझे and then I will give you the money. But there are two things which are wrong. One, he has not even asked anything, he has not seen anything, he has not seen the product, whatever is there. He is immediately ready to take the product. And two, he is asking that you should get the OTP and he will give you the money. When if I am giving the OTP, it means the money is going from my account. If I have to receive, I should not have any OTP to be entered. Please be very, very, very careful. This is a standard scam that is happening, regular scam that is happening, and many people are getting fooled in this. Social media and sharing your phone number and email ID on a random sites. You want to access this, give your email ID, give your this one. But the same email ID and the same phone number is available in your bank. So you are giving your bank the same phone number and the same email ID which you have given to your bank and to your Demat account and to your NPS account and to your PF account. You have given it to the whole world. So you don't even know whom you are giving it. Tomorrow it's very easy for them. You are provoking the people or giving them invitation to hack your accounts because you're giving them the data on a platter. And social media, you find everybody sharing their photos, date of birth. Date of birth means what? Okay, you know that suppose today is 13th May. So 13th May might be your date of birth. We will say okay. But the moment somebody goes online and says that okay, it might be a some special birthday. So it might be 25 years or 50 years or something like that. They say, oh, happy golden anniversary. I know the exact date of birth of that person because today is 13th May. If that person has turned 50 today, that means the date of birth is 13th May 1973. I have your date of birth. And similarly, wedding anniversary. Today I find so many posts saying, oh, my lovely wife, I'm keeping on saying life, wife, oh, we have spent 22 years of togetherness. So I know exactly your date of marriage and your address. Address again, because I mean, there are so many clues to the address which you're giving. Travel plans. Oh, I'm today also I was seeing somebody has written a post. Oh, I'm looking forward to a relaxed time with my family, and they are going for they are traveling to some country abroad, and they're looking forward to that. So you have told the whole world that you are not there at home and the house is vacant. You are giving an open invitation come. Everything is freely available. You can do what you want. And anyway, you have people who share all this also share what is available. The moment you say that I am traveling today to this place, I'm traveling tomorrow to this place, I have gone to this upscale hotel and I have had my restaurant and I have had this 5-star hotel and I have had lunch. You are telling everybody what is your wealth, that you have adequate. If somebody comes to your house, they know that they will get something good because your photos are also shared, so they can see you also. And this photo, phone number, email ID, everything is available. It all these are the data which can be misused in your all the accounts that we had seen in the earlier slide. Your demat account, bank account, everything. All this data is what is required over there to hack into your account. So please be careful of what information you are giving out to the public. You never know where you are leading on. Most of us are honest. Okay, we are not going to do anything, but you need only one miscreant to misuse. I'll give you an example. I don't know how many of you have heard of one Kim Kardashian. There is a whole family, Kardashian family, and Kim Kardashian. The only claim to fame is that they are very rich and they are socialites. So they are very rich and they are socialites. So they have made many programs on the TV to show how they are living their life, how rich people live life, and they have taken everybody. There are TV programs. You would have seen it on Star World and all, where they show their house and how they enjoy their vacation and everything. So everybody knew how rich they are. And a group of people went, and one fine day when they had gone somewhere, they went and cleared jewelry, etc., worth $10.8 million, just like that. Because everything was very showed very clearly in the video, so they knew everything, where to go, how to go. Everything was so clear that they were able to easily take it and walk off. So we do not want to. And now after that, those people have become pretty reticent about their personal life. But it took a very hard knock on their head to get that. So please don't do this, and prevent people whom you see doing that also by educating them on the dangers of putting too much of you in public. Important documents, property documents, we know all this: receipts, agreements, wills. Do we have a will? We have spoken so much. Now I have a real estate, and or I have gold, silver, everything. After me, who has to get it? If you do not have a will, it is very difficult. Anybody who has been in this business of providing financial services knows the difficulties which families face because of not having nomination or not having will. I'll give you an example. Somebody had passed away, and the family had come to us and said that this person has passed away and he has not given the nomination. And at that time, nomination was not there. Now, records are much better now, but at that time, nomination was not there and the person had not made a will either. So they had come and taken all the details from us. We had given that entire procedure, how transmission procedure, how they will get the shares, etc. And then they went off because it's a very long process. It would have taken time for them. 1 or 2 weeks later, another family came, another lady came with her son from Singapore, and they said that they were the family of the deceased person. I mean, this was a comedy that we discovered after the person passed away, that he had two families. One was in Chennai and one was in Singapore, and he had no will. And now they would have fought it with each other later. But I'm just saying anything can happen. So please have your will in place so that you don't have any fighting between your legal heirs. KYC documents are very important to keep very carefully. Do not share your Aadhaar with anybody. Do not share your Aadhaar with anybody on any account. Okay, these Aadhaar, PAN, etc. are very confidential documents. They are not to be shared. If somebody says share your proof of identity, even if you go to a hotel to stay in a hotel, they are taking a proof of identity from you. Don't give your Aadhaar and PAN. Aadhaar and PAN can be used or misused for any other thing. So do not give that. You want to give your driving license or you want to give some other identity card, something, you give that. But don't give these important documents to any Tom, Dick and Harry. Insurance policies, as I said earlier, you never know which crisis requires the use of the insurance. So please keep it easily accessible. Checkbooks and DIS booklets, can be misused by any person who knows your signature and can mimic your signature, imitate your signature. So you should keep it in under lock and key and not give it to any random person to use it and for under their safekeeping. You should keep it under your own safekeeping. When crisis strikes, finally, all this we are doing to live a good life. A good life is good as long as everything is going well. It is good. But when a trouble happens, trouble never strikes in singles. It always strikes in multiples. So at that point of time, you can challenge is inevitable in life. Everybody faces some challenge or the other. But at that time, you should not be defeated by the challenge. You should be able to face it, and the only way to be avoid being defeated is to be prepared. How do you be prepared? You have an emergency fund. Normally, an emergency fund is 6 months of cash, which you should have in your hand. 6 months expenditure. Sorry, 6 months expenditure you can have as in your hand. It should be liquid. I might have so many lakhs of rupees or crores of rupees worth shares which are supposedly liquid, but when there is an emergency, it will not be of use. I need to have liquid which is easily accessible and which I can withdraw at any point of time. So it has to be liquid, easy to access, and when there is an emergency, people lose use of their brains because they are so stressed they do not know what to do, whom to call, anything. So you please imagine what could be maximum. It could be accident or illness, and etc. or something happens to a person. So at this time, whom to call, what to do, so please make an emergency drill. In the offices, we have this emergency drill where there's a fire. What is to be done? Everybody is taught. Same thing you need to do in your house. Everybody needs to be taught. These are the important numbers. You can call these numbers, and this is the insurance policy. This is where the cash is. These are where the cards are, and this is what you need to do. These are the people to be called, etc. So you please have that. Each of you will know better what is required for you. So please think and prepare. Preparedness is the best way to beat any crisis or challenges. Uh, like Kavita was saying, today somebody has just passed away. In fact, just before the session, she was calling me up saying, I'm very disturbed. मुझे नहीं मालूम what I'm going to do. I'm very disturbed because very close person has passed away. These type of crisis never tell you. We need to be prepared when and know how to handle it. Of course, there will be good Samaritans who will come and help us tide through it. But how much self-dependent we are, much better for us. And after all this is the annual review. Annual review of whatever you have done. It is not a one-time exercise, but you have to do it on a regular basis. You can do it more frequently, but annual should be good enough. And let me tell you, money moves from those who do not manage it to those who do. So you need to ensure that you are looking. And I have a suggestion here is that you can probably take your partner and you can sit together and study your expenses. What were your expenses in the last year and what you have invested in the last year and your expenses and income and various assets and investments, everything. And then what is your plan for future? So if you all are both able to sit, automatically everybody is in the know. And everybody can take joint charge and joint ownership of what y'all are doing. And y'all are planning together. So as collaborative effort will be very good for you. And one very important thing I want to say here is the key to financial freedom and great wealth is a person's ability or skill to convert earned income into passive income or portfolio, which means it's one thing to earn your salary, but it is another thing to make your money work for you. How do you make your money work for you? You invest it wisely and you get, you create a separate stream of income. So it becomes a parallel second passive income that you're generating. And you will find most of the people who have done well in their lives financially are well-to-do because of this ability to create a very good stream of passive income. We have these films like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, where Hrithik Roshan says, "I I'm going to retire at the age of 40, so I'm working very hard. So I will create this one, big chunk of income where I can retire at the age of 40. Very good. Today, a lot of people want to travel across the world and everything. So for all this, you need to create, not only earn a good salary, but you need to put aside your money intelligently and also take care of the money so that you are creating a substantial passive income or portfolio income. Uh, so I would like at this point probably chat is disabled. Usha says chat is disabled.
Is it? Let me see.
But I am able to see, Usha, I am able to see your chat.
Yes,
So
yes,
it
even I
cannot be
can see you.
disabled.
Please keep typing. It's open. If you have any questions, you can type it. Meantime, Meera can open the planner as well, so that you can have a look. Although it looks like a lot of things are there, but trust me, friends, that whether you are a housewife or you are a earning professional or you are a earning husband, we all have these things in our house. We have assets, we have loans, we have debts, we have accounts, we have insurance policies. The only thing is that we want to bring all these things together under one page. We all love our loved ones, and for them only we are doing this, and we want you know it's okay to be dependent on each other, but I totally understand that sometimes one of the partner is having that strength and the other partner is not having that strength to understand that financial things. But still, it's okay to be dependent, but still there is a need to be independent under the umbrella of being dependent, right? So this is a very, very important message that we want to give in today's session. So just take this planner, sit with your spouse today, and enjoy. Bring all these things, whatever Meera has discussed, under one umbrella.
I really wonder with the webinar chat, I'm able to see only the first message. I just want somebody to type a message and see whether we are able to get a message. If you can you please send some messages? I would like to see whether messages are able to come, because otherwise, if they are not able to send message, we need to enable the chat. In the Q&A, I'm able to see.
Okay, let me check. Meantime,
no, we are getting. Okay. Okay, I will.
so there is a question. Would you be able to suggest plans based on experience? For example, financial planning for those in 1 to 5 years experience, or 6 to 15, or 16 to 25?
Yeah, I would say that, see, we are having this forum. We are only talking about how you take cognizance of what you are already having and understand your this one better. But yeah, so then financial planning is a separate session. We will be having a full-fledged session on this, and we will be discussing in detail for everybody what is the financial planning. I think chat is disabled, but Q&A is possible. So if you are able to put your questions on the Q&A, we are able to answer. Maybe the chat is not working, but Q&A is working, and we are able to see all the messages. You please send it on the Q&A.
Now see, can somebody type on the chat, please? Yeah, it's working. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So Meera, can you show the last slide so that we can share what all sessions we are coming up in our forthcoming sessions,
Yeah.
which are the topics?
Okay, fine. I will share two things. One is the financial planner and the forthcoming sessions. Should I share the financial planner first or forthcoming sessions?
You can share that sheet first, the topics that we are going to cover next.
Okay, I think that will also answer. I think that will also answer this one.
Yeah.
Usha's question, where she had asked about wealth management, financial planning. So we will be taking a separate topics on insurance, retirement funds, and how to plan your retirement, basically with a focus on Provident Fund and NPS, estate planning, on wills, nominations, etc. It's a very important topic. Simplifying wealth management, where we talk about financial planning for various this one for various age groups or various purposes, for retirement or for travel or for education, etc. So then that will be discussed in this wealth management session. As I said earlier, managing your debt will also be discussed in a separate session. And tax planning, how to save on taxes, how to, what are the tools to ensure that you're paying lesser taxes. And also nowadays we have this scheme, old scheme, new scheme, etc. So we'll give a better understanding of the tax aspects over here. So these will be, this is what we have thought of, some topics where we will be talking about going forward. If any other suggestions are there, you might please send it to me and we will see if we can incorporate that too. So this is what is the uh, uh, presentation. And last of all, uh, how do we arrive at a value for passive income? Can we understand it exactly? Yeah, you will have your passive income based on what is your expenditure. Like I said earlier, you will have to look at your finances, and that is what I said in the financial planning. We will be discussing that also, how to come across that. You will have to study your expenditure pattern, and what is the amount of expenditure that is on a standard basis, and based on that, you will have to arrive at your what is the income that will help you even at any point of time to bolster your existing salary income. And even if you don't have a salary income, it will give you a safeguard, because today we find massive layoffs happening just like that, left, right, etc. This will safeguard you and provide you means to go ahead and also do whatever else you require. Thank you for your uh, comments, kind comments. I would also at this last, yeah, I will have a separate session on passive income generation. We will definitely cover that in our session on wealth management. We will have a detailed explanation and a session on that. I would, at
Yes.
this point of time, I would like to share my screen on uh,
Yeah, you're showing financial planner.
yeah.
Okay. So meantime, if you have any questions which if you think you want to have certain answers, you can write to us in the email that I have just typed, and we can cover up those those topics also in our forthcoming sessions. Yes.
Are you able to see the financial planner, Kavita?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will just very briefly see. We have covered most of it in our session today. This is only put in the form of Excel sheet so that it makes it easier. There are various tools online and various wealth management sites which provide a similar facility. If you are comfortable putting it online, then you may go ahead and do it. If you do not want that, this is a simplified version where we are just provided you. Insurance policies, as I said, is very important, because emergencies never tell before coming in. Crisis never tells you before coming. So we have this insurance policies, whether it is life, Mediclaim, various. It depends on what you have taken. You please provide the details of your insurance policies, so that at any point of time you are not hunting for the insurance policy, and where is the card and everything, and you are easily able to access it here. Your bank account details, the name 123, nominee details, how to operate the passwords, latest updated passwords, who are the relationship managers, etc. Nominee is very important, because if there is a change in your status, there's somebody who is getting married, you might want to change your nominee. So you need to keep updating it on a regular basis. And similarly, fixed deposits, bonds, etc. Uh, we have the details of where they are held and in whose name they are held, what is the amount, and the maturity details and the interest details on that. Physical assets. Physical assets, you may write. Why is it essential to write? You may not need to write. House, if you have multiple land and multiple house, and who somebody who is supposed to take it is not aware of it, then it is good for them because it provides all the details in a single place. Gold and silver, it's good for your own self. People have a lot of jewelry in India. It could be either in your house or in the bank, everything. Suppose it's in your house. We find burglary happening and something gets stolen and everything. You need to know what you have lost. This will be a good record even for yourself. Uh, Very important liabilities. I told you earlier, you need to first understand where you stand in terms of your liability. It can otherwise be a very big financial drain on you. So please take this liabilities part very seriously and write all the details. Insurance and liabilities. These are two very important things to be filled up. Whether the rest of it you fill up or not, these you please fill up. And important documents like wills, property documents, investment documents, everything. I already told earlier what is the importance. So, and I also told you that we will be having a separate session on will, why you need to have a will and how you can make a will. We will also provide you a standard formatted will so that you can it will be useful. Why do and then contact people, of course. When you are stressed out, you need to know who are the people to contact. Now, if you want to know why, what are the compelling reasons for you to fill up this financial planner? You may think that all the papers are there and easily accessible. So then, what is the need to do it? I will show everything. It's fine. If you find it so difficult to take it and write it now, when everything is easily available and you don't have any tension and everything, at a time when there is a crisis, and the people in your family who are not, or the person who is not handling it, if they have to suddenly go searching for it, it is that much more difficult for them because they do not know where it is and also they are under severe stress. At that time it is worse. It is better to write it down right now when it is easy and share it with everybody who needs to know so that it is easily available. It is also very essential for financial planning because this is the first step of financial planning. You cannot plan for the future and for growth without knowing where you are currently. So this will help you know where you are, how much you are having, in what asset. Most of Indians have around 80% of their savings in real estate. And frankly speaking, suppose you have bought a house of 1 crore rupees and you are getting an interest rental income of say 30-40,000 per month. So suppose you have got 40,000 per month, that means you are getting an annual income of 4 lakh 80, 4 lakh 80. How much does it come to? 4 lakh 80 plus something, 5 lakh, 6 lakh, something approximately it comes. So that is the 4 lakh 80, 4 lakh 80 it is. So then that is the only percentage. What is your percentage of income that you are earning? It is nothing that you are getting. So if the same thing it is there in your savings bank account, you are anyway going to get a 3 or 4% rate of interest, and you don't have all this maintenance and tax and everything to be paid on that. So this is what you need to. This you will understand when you are actually looking, when you write it down. The amount of information that you will get is amazing. Then the next step will be to go to financial planning. And for making a will, you will need all this because all this will be required for you to add in your will. So there are multiple compelling reasons for you. Uh, can you please share this
Yes,
in
we will
the
do
chat?
that. We will. Okay, you have that impossible, or otherwise, I have email IDs because they have registered. I will share with them. We can share by email as well. If it is possible, Meera, you can share it as an attachment in the chat, or otherwise we can send by email. So very nicely put up everything by Meera, and I was just thinking when I saw this sheet for the first time, and I was also exactly thinking what Meera said, that oh my God, so many information I have to collate it. But imagine if I am not there, then how much time and how much stress my better half is going to face to collate this information, isn't it? So it's very important. I am very sure that many of the things that mentioned here, you have those details at home, right? Even if it is not, it's okay to hunt for it and put it on a piece of paper. Another challenge which I can see here is that maybe that your better half is feeling very lazy to do that and sit with you and understand it. He's saying तुम हो ना कर ही लोगे, क्यों मुझे क्यों कर रहे हो? If you really feel that your better half is not actively participating, still fill this planner and keep it at a safe place, so that whenever there is a need to retrieve this information, the other person should not face any challenge. I have number of incidents that I have seen, which the actually people are really struggling to get their own money, and this is actually your money, right? So you don't have to knock the doors of court and then get into that struggle. So Meera, I'm very glad that you brought this session, which was actually it was a very dream session for me, and I was actually looking for if I can bring this up further, helping everyone. And very soon we are going to put this recording on YouTube also, so that other men and other women can also benefit from this. Also, I have shared my email ID. In case if you feel you want some topics to be added, please feel free to write to us, and definitely we'll make sure to add up. Thank you. My gratitude to Meera for being here and sharing her expertise. Anything, Meera, that you would like to say in the last?
It's been a pleasure, talking about this topic, and I really hope that it has been useful to everybody. And I'm also hopeful that the forthcoming sessions will also be useful to everybody. My aim is to take it more practical rather than theoretical, because we have actually seen during the course of our career where we have seen people struggle with very practical things because they were not aware of it. So I hope that we will be of use to our audience and the people who have joined in us today. And thank you for being a wonderful audience and for joining in on this meeting. Thank you so much. And thank you for
Yes.
giving me the opportunity.
Thank you everyone for being here, and stay tuned with us and keep taking charge of your money and keep loving your loved ones. Take care. Bye bye. See you
Thank
next
you.
Sunday.
Thank you and bye. Thank you.